Okay, so you guys know what we always like to start out with. Let's do split stance, right foot forward, left foot back. Take a big inhale, reach up, look up, push up off your back toes, and then sweep your arms back, send your hips back, lift your front toes, and pay attention to your hamstring on that one. And let's do that a few more times on this side. And 2 more times. Here's our last one, on this side anyway. Send it back, let's hold it back a little further. Usually I focus more on the reach up to move through your spine, but I want you to pull your shoulder blades back and together, send your fingertips back, push your hips back and up until you really feel the back of your leg. Okay, release hands and let's switch the feet up. Okay, here we go, up and back. We're focusing more on the reach back today in order to hit the hamstrings a bit more. Let's do 2 more like this. Last one here. Okay, we're gonna hold the back portion, pull your shoulder blades down and back, reach your fingers way back, lift up your toes, and push your hips back and up to really hit your hamstrings. And then release the arms. Okay, back to the center. We're gonna move a little bit more. So arms out in front, we're gonna step right and reach right. And come back to the center. Another thing that Zach mentioned was in terms of exercise, doing things you like. So the best exercise is the one you will do. And I actually read a funny article this morning. Okay, let's go the other way. We're gonna step left, reach left. And it talked about how there's like an old version of a treadmill that was actually used as punishment because people had a hard time. The goal was to get enough calories. Let's do 1 more on this side. And now we don't have that problem. Okay, now we're gonna step right, reach left. And it's kind of unnatural to force ourselves into exercise. So finding things that you like to do is really important. Okay, let's go the other way. I'm really glad that you're here today. It's not unnatural for us to stretch together. Last one. Okay, release the arms. Okay, we're gonna get into hips and hamstrings a little bit more. So take feet kind of wide here, just like shoulder width apart. And then we're just gonna do our hula hoops, our hip circles. So now just be really aware of your lower back and your hip joints. Okay, go the other way. All right, we're gonna move into, let's turn to the left. So I guess it doesn't matter which foot is forward, my right foot's forward. But we're gonna start with a straight leg and then bring his arms out to the side into cactus arms or goalpost arms. We're just gonna bend the front knee and then straighten the leg. So we're keeping the spine really upright here, and your back toes can be turned out a little bit. We're not trying to keep the legs straight on. Okay, now keep the legs straight. Let's reach the arms out in front. Push your hips back as you reach your chest forward. Okay, so keep a long spine. And then we're gonna take, if you've got left leg forward, it's left hand. If it's right leg forward, right hand to the knee. So same leg, and then rotate the chest open. And if you push your hips back enough, we should get some inner thigh and hamstring there as well. All right, hold that a little bit longer. Bend the knee again. Okay, turn to face the front, and now push your hands into your thigh and straighten the leg. So again, we're trying to keep the spine long because if you collapse through your back, then the stretch goes into your back instead of your hamstring. And if your leg won't go all the way straight, that's okay. All right, let's turn the other way. Arms up at 90. So this is to stretch the chest and the pecs. Bend the knee and straighten. We're just doing that a few times. Okay, keep the legs straight here. Same hand. Well, do both hands forward. I got out of sequence. Push your hips back, reach your hands forward till you feel the back of your leg lengthen. Okay, now same hand, same leg to the knee, and turn and open the chest. Holding it right there. So now we might get a little inner thigh too. Okay, just a little bit longer. And rotate hands to the knee. Bend the knee and then straighten the leg as you push the hips back and up. Keep your spine really long here, and if your leg won't go straight, that's fine. Okay, let's bend the knee. Come back to the center with wider legs now. So they're really wide. And then we're just gonna move side to side. So now we're trying to wake up the inner thighs a little bit more. Because our muscles don't work individually, they work together. And so just focusing on one specific muscle group and expecting an improvement in mobility isn't very, very realistic. We've got to work the synergistics muscles, the muscles that work together. Okay, we're gonna hold on this side and then make sure your toes are pointed forward. Okay, so feet are parallel and that the right knee is bent. Now we're gonna push the hips back and up as you work the right leg towards straight. You're just working it there, it's not gonna probably get there. Again, keep your spine long. So our hinge point is at your hips, not in your lower back. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Bend the knee, hands on to support you. And then start to push the hips back and up as you work the left legs towards straight, keeping your spine long here. Just a little bit longer. Okay, bend the knee and come all the way up. We're gonna move into a windmill now. So the goal here is to try and keep your equal weight in your feet because you're gonna wanna shift your weight. So bring the arms up, push the hips back and tilt towards the floor and try and keep equal weight in your feet and then come back up. Okay, let's alternate sides. So do it slowly enough that you can notice if you're shifting your weight into one foot, and if you are, try and even it out. Again, we're keeping the spine really long, and your hinge point again is your hips, not your waist. Okay, let's do one more each side. We have quite the hamstring inner thigh focus today. And bring it back up. All right, let's bring the feet in. And now take feet narrow hip width apart. We've got about 1 more minute left. So we're gonna do a big reach to the sky and then bend your knees as you send your hips back and reach towards the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to reach the floor. And do that again, up. Bend your knees, reach down, reach up. This time as you reach down, we're gonna hold it down. So knees are bent, and now work legs towards straight. That means lift your sit bones, hold for a breath or two, then bend your knees and do it one more time. Lift the sit bones, and you can always put your hands on your knees for support if the floor just feels too far away. Because I have long arms and shorter legs. So if you have long legs, this will be harder. Okay, let's come all the way back up, nice and slowly. Okay, take feet a little bit wide, take an inhale up. Exhale, hinge and fold one more time. And fold. All right, we're done, Zach.